Hi, we're on a sunny Sunday morning, May 22nd, I think. Yeah, so the shed's pretty much done, main structure. Lots of offcuts. Some spare wood still. Well, I say spare, it's going to be used. So, yeah, the main structure was pretty much done with the door. We have jiggled with the door slightly, so the door does open and close somewhat better now. So, that's the shed. So I've got a door handle on it now. And the door still catches on the bottom corner slightly, but nowhere near as much. Opens a lot smoother now. So all I have to do is just sand off a little bit down there on the floor and it'll be fine. But yeah, door fits a lot better. We're just going to be doing the finishing touches now, so I've already done the edges. So I've still got to do the bottom of that bit. So it just finishes the shed off nicely. Like so. Got a wire poking out there for a double socket, exterior double socket. One up there for a light on a sensor. Yeah. Still got to do these around the bits at the back of the shed. Like I said, I've got a door handle on it now. Holds up nicely, and we're getting interior walls up now. So we've got the insulation, which is going behind. So you can see it. Got some expanded foam in some of the exposed edges, so I've run it along the bottom there as well. So stops any gaps, I guess. Yeah, so we're getting the walls up. So this is my last roll of insulation. I've only bought 3 rolls because I wasn't planning on insulating the whole thing, but I've decided now I'm going to. So I've not quite got enough there to finish off the ceiling, because I was hoping to get at least the next boards done, because I've got all the electrics, the first fix of electrics in now. So I've got a 3-way switch here, one for the exterior light and one for the internal light, and one for the sensor for the light, because I need to be on separate switches because I'm having it so I can have the light permanently on or come on with the sensor. Got a double socket there, double socket there. See all the wire running across the roof, as you do. The light's going to go that way and the other light's going to go down there that way. So 5-foot LED lights, double socket, and then the exterior light tethers off of this one. Exterior switch tethers off that one down to there. So yeah, what we're going to do now today, continue getting as much of the inside done as we can. Hopefully get that panel in, and then I might try and get the roof in, but I don't know. I've got another 2 rolls of this on order, which might be too much. Might be enough, I don't know. Might not be enough. But we'll get it done. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on, at least get this wall panel done before I start. I don't know whether I'm going to just continue and do the walls and then do the ceiling, because if I get that panel up, I can then do at least this row of ceiling, which is enough to get both lots of lights on. So at least if I get that far, I'll make them come around and finish the electrics off, because the next 2 weeks I'm busy, so I can't do anything the next 2 weekends. But yeah, it's certainly coming along. Yeah, should be good. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with something, so I'll see you in a bit. Oh yeah, I've got to run that as well, outside. So I'm just going to run through that hole, and I'm just going to run up to the man cave, and then we're going to tether off the fuse box in the man cave. He's going to get a breaker or something in there. So that way we don't have to run all the way up to the house, which is good. Righto. So last task for today. Get some insulation in this wall. Now, my 4 foot's run that way down the shed, so I've had to start from that wall and work my way down that way, so my sheets meet up with the batten wall things. So I couldn't start from that end and come this way, because the end of the sheet would just miss. Now, the outside of the sheet met up, the outside of the wall, the sheet met up from there to there, 4 foot, but this one, because of the inside's a bit shorter than the outside, the 4 foot's actually here where my thumb is. So I've actually got to cut this sheet down to 46 inches, so it's got to lose, what, 2 inches, so it's not a massive amount. So, but then the one after that should be a full 4 foot sheet, and then an off cut for the end, and then the same with this wall, with a full 4 foot sheet, and then an off cut to finish that bit off. So we ain't got a lot to do. I'm going to probably finish off the walls today, and then maybe start the ceiling. The ceiling's always the awkward bit, because you've got to do everything up here, and me being short as well don't help. So doing that side of the ceiling's difficult, so we'll get that done, because obviously it's not square. I want to try and run them square to the front wall and then cut off the angle at the side and then get it up, so it's going to be difficult to hold it, mark it and then get it down. I might chuck a couple of screws in it to hold it in place, because I mean they're only 11mm, so they're not the heavier sheets, but when you're doing it up here all the time it's difficult. So yeah, right, so these walls are 600. This stuff I'm using is pre-cut to an extent, so it's got 400s. If you add that with a little bit, that's 600, 800, and then the whole thing's 1200. So yeah, the wall pieces take a small bit and a big bit, so 600s. In the ceiling, it's going to be 400, 400, 400. So essentially you can get 3 bits for the roof, so it's not too bad. So I'll crack on and get that cut up, and pretty much just stuck to the wall. It don't even get stuck, it just sort of pins itself in, so I'll measure them up, get them in. So we're looking at 111 centimetres. I'll get my old friend Stanley. Doesn't have to be exact. This little smush it if it's over. I'll get that. I'll say he'll literally pinch in and it'll just stay there. $101. Recommend wearing face masks and gloves with this stuff if you so wish. This stuff isn't the horrible witchy fiberglass stuff, so it's not too bad. It's quite nice to work with. It don't leave you scratchy and horrible afterwards. But you know, it's up to you. Personally, I don't mind it. Right here, 111. When it comes to doing the ceiling, all I'll do is just give it a quick staple, and that'll be enough to keep it in place while I do what I do. Measure this next one. 102. This is an insulation, is also only 100mm thick, or 10 centimeters thick, so it's ideal for this. For in your ceiling, in your loft in your house, you'd want to use something a bit thicker, maybe 300, but then you'd have thicker rafters to be able to squeeze it into as well. Right, so that's that in. All I've got to do now is cut my sheet, which I won't bore you with if you've seen me cut stuff before. So I've literally got to measure 46 inches from there to there, which will come under the centre of this beam to screw into, and then we'll measure, because it's not going to be a full 8-foot sheet, so we're going to have it so it goes up just past the roof rafters, because then that way when I do the roof sheets it overlaps and hides it a bit. So we'll cut the first one at like 222, and then the other end, because it slopes down a bit, at 216. There we go. So I'm going to go mark a sheet up, cut it, bring it in. Yeah, do what we got to do. Alright, hopefully I've got all my cutouts in the right place for the joists. Yeah. That should come up halfway on that. Spot on, I'd say. Yeah, hopefully when the roof goes on, that covering most of the gaps. Not that I'm too fussed, because at the end of the day, it's just a shed. But hey, you can go a little overboard if you want. Alright, let's get my drill. It's down there. I'll screw her in. Not many more of the wall to do. Almost done. Ooh. 2 more full sheets, 2 cut off bits, and then seal them. But like I said, I don't know if I've got enough out to continue, so I'll get as much of that done as I can, and then might move on to doing some of the corner bits on the outside with the off-cut feather board I got. Yes, you see me do one bit, the rest of it goes pretty much the same. Right, so alright, I'm gonna bloody kill you, rooster. Yeah, you're gonna be Sunday roast next week. Anyway, I've run the big cable in from outside now. I've got the walls done as far as I could. I've literally got 2 more panels to put up, so they're cut here and here, so they're ready to go in. But I've run out of insulation. That's literally where I've got to with the 3 rolls I had. So I've got 2 more rolls on order, so they're going to turn up soon, hopefully. Then hopefully I can get them both in. Get the ceiling all insulated. The ceiling's going to be a pig to do. The ceiling was a pig on the man cave to do, but you know, it is what it is. What I might do is lay the sheets on the floor and cut them out to the shape of the wall and the walls from on the floor, and then cut it out and then lift it up. Hopefully it'll be right. That's my plan with that anyway, so we're going to give that a crack. But yeah, so we fed the big cable in. I poked something down through that hole and went out outside, taped it together, pulled it through. So it's just tucked in there at the moment to keep it in place. But yeah, nice big old fat cable. Just going to tether off with the power supply into the man cave, because that's, well, the cable we use for that's overkill, because that's what he had laying around. It's very good to me, my friend. His name's Aaron, by the way. Very local, does a lot of electrician work. So, yeah. And then yeah, there's the roller cable. So it pokes in the hole there. We're going to pin it up against the side of the shed, and it goes underground from there. Now we're going to run it all the way up to where the man cave is, and then it's going to go into there. So we move this sleeper out, because we have sleepers along the edge of the veggie patch. So I've chopped a bit of that off there, and that's going to be the step for the shed, but I've got to dig a bit of that out because it's just slightly too high to catch the bottom of the door, so we'll get that done at some point. Yeah, we're getting there. So finishing touches, I've still got to do a lot of the edging and everything, so this will be a shorter video anyway compared to the others, because there's not going to be as much actual work filmed, because it's very much rinse and repeat. So yeah, I've had enough now, so I'm going to go do something else. That's all the wood we got left over as well. So yeah, 5 sheets, which is enough for the roof. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all this is going to be used for shelving and workbenches and whatever. Oh yeah, we've got a panel the inside of the door as well, so I've got to do that, but I should be able to do that with all these offcuts and that, so yeah. We'll get her done. Hey, more shed things today, more finishing touches. So today is the Thursday of the Jubilee weekend, so if you watch my video where I got stuck out for the night, so I could have got him yesterday, then This is the very same Saturday that video finished on. That's Saturday, Thursday. So that was where I used the right key. So I've got the door. No, I told you I've got the door reset. Got a handle on it now, which is nice. I've still got to finish off the corners around the back. And inside, yeah, it's dropped a bit, so we got to just shave this off a little bit down there. And then it'll be alright. Oop, there appears to be a log in the way of the door. So inside, we've got all the walls done now. That's lovely. And then, because I can't remember where I left off, but I've got all the insulation all pinned up in the roof ceiling thing ready. So all we've got to do now is cut the sheets out, starting with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the sheet on the floor, and I'm going to lay it flat, I guess there, cut the angle out that needs to be for that one, and then I'm going to put a couple of bits on the wall to hold it up, and then one bit there so I can slide it up into place, and then get it screwed in, and then get it screwed in, then I can take those bits out, so then I can drop that down. The centre one's going to be, I'd say tricky, but I can put a bit into the side of that bit to then slot that into, and then screw it in, then take that bit off, and again for the last bit we can do something. So, but it's going to be tricky to work out how much I need to cut off for these ones, so I'm going to get on and do that. Just got to move all of this junk out of the way. Got to board up the inside of the door as well yet, put insulation in there and board that up, but that can wait for now. I literally have 5 sheets of this left, so that's enough to finish that off, because I don't want to be buying any more. It's not going to take a whole 5 sheets. I've probably got enough off-cut, so I won't need to use one of the sheets maybe, but we'll see what happens as we're going. So I'm going to move all this out of the way, and then we'll get on and try and get the roof bit done. Ceiling thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay the sheet down. We've got to cut about, lay it down like that, so it's flush against that wall back there. And we'll move it over as far as we can. The only thing I haven't accounted for is anything for it to tie into up the front here, which is a bit of a bugger, but I'm not overly fussed, because where everything else is going to be, it will hold the edges up. Because I'm not going to be hanging anything off the roof. If I do need to, I can always take it down at a later date and redo it. It's not going to be a difficult thing to do. So we're going to lay that down there. I'm going to measure. Alright. Bit of a mess in here. I've been in here for like 2 weeks. I need a pencil. There we go. So that's flush against the front wall. So we're going to measure this gap, which is 15.5 centimetres. So what we'll do is measure in this corner 15.5 centimetres. And what we'll do is we'll draw a line from that corner down there, well, from that mark all the way to that corner, and that should shave off the correct distance for that to then fit flush against that wall. I'm not expecting it to be a perfect fit because, well, again, like I said before, it's just a shed. So I need to draw a line from there to the corner, get that done, cut off. That should fit in there nicely, and then hopefully that will fit on the ceiling nicely. And then I've got to cut about 1 foot off the bottom, because where the 8-foot beam is in the roof, that's the 8-foot beam there, this one here. So this board actually comes out about here somewhere. So I've got to cut about 1 foot off for it to tie up with this one, because that one's measured for the sheet on top, which overhangs the front. So the front one goes out further and only comes back to here, whereas the interior sheet comes to about here somewhere. Doesn't quite meet that one. So yeah, just going to cut 1 foot off the bottom, and then that should tie in there nicely once I've got that edge cut. So I'll cut that edge. So the mark's there. So we'll get that cut off and see if it fits. Alright, so it's all cut. See if it fits. So that's good enough for me. Yeah, that's good. So we've got to do, put something up the top so I can slot it in. So, see, screw's big enough? No. That's what I'll do. A bit of OSB, it's about the thickness of the wall. Just have a loose fit. Put that in loosely, and then the board, I'm going to put it up, slot in there and sit there and be somewhat held until I get it all screwed in then. So I'll put one there, I'll put one a bit further up, and I'll put one across the top as well. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. So, when I hold the sheet up, that should then hopefully slot in there without too much issue. I've got a sheet cut now. Just getting it up there. This is going to be interesting. So theoretically, not quite in the right place, that one. Right. And I put the sheet up the wrong way. So give that a go now. The right way this time, jump. There we go. Too short for this. Right, when it's in, it should hold. So now. Oh yeah. So it's not quite fitting squarely in the corner. I'm not too worried about that.
Like I said, it's just a shed. Sake. Alright, I think that's about as good as that's going to get. So jam some screws up. So after measuring on the floor, the angle wasn't quite right. So I had to cut a little bit more off, but not really an issue. Oh, that missed. Not really an issue, so that's better. So what I'll do is I'll continue to get it screwed in after all the fettling, and then should be able to get a full sheet up there. And it's just a case of measuring the next one, which I'll just do with a tape measure rather than trying to be clever. Mark it all out on the floor. I mean, it got me roughly there, I guess. Just ballpark. Right, so I'm going to shove an obscene amount of screws through this, and then we'll get the next one up. I'll see you in a bit. Right. And there we have the last piece of the puzzle. Let's mark where these beams are. So, I had to do a bit of patchwork because, well, I got 1,000,001 offcuts, and I thought, there's no point destroying a bunch of full-size sheets just for the sake. Alright, let's see if this actually fits first. For the sake of there we go. gonna stay. Look at that. Snug fit. Does have a gap, but I don't care. There's no point wasting all these full sheets for the amount of offcuts I got. So I've literally put 2 full sheets up, and then the rest of it I just used offcuts that I've got. Because why not? Might as well. At least not one not. So yeah, it has left the roof a bit patchy, ceiling even, not the roof. The roof's further up. But also means I've got a few full sheets left, which are be ideal for doing the shelving and whatever. So it's all good, all good. Thing I missed then. So go over a bit, getting one in there. That's better. Getting one in there. And a few over there. So it's been a bit of jiggery pokery to get them all in. Did I use 2? Oh no, I used a 3rd full sheet, but I didn't quite measure it right, so I had to patch. Ow! I had to patch that. I'm just walking into everything that's in there. Right, so I'm going to call that done for the ceiling. As I said, it's a bit of patchwork because I cut this sheet out and I measured there and I measured where it's supposed to meet up, but I didn't quite get it right, so I've had to fill in with a bit there, fill in with a bit there, but we've got it all in. Bit of a gap there. I mean, I can always get wood filler if it bothers me, but to be honest, I don't care. It's a shed, it's there for a purpose. Not to look pretty. There's a couple of gaps there, but again, for a purpose, not look pretty. Anyway, battery's about to run out on this camera, so for now, that's the interior of the shed complete. The exterior of the shed almost complete. I've got a couple more bits there. Let's move on to furniture, so I'll see you when I come to do some of the finishing touches outside. So for now, other than the electrics and furniture, that's the inside complete. I'll see you in the next bit. Yeah, happy with that. And had some great help from my good friend Jason over there, who, wave, there you go. Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, he's come over to hang out for the day, and I've ruined his day by making him help me work on the shed. But I'm gonna get a shower, we're gonna get some beers, and get a takeaway, and watch Jackass Forever. Yeah. Alright, now for the next bit. Now, I've dug out a little bit to get this in as a step. So I've got one of the old World War II sleepers that we got around our garden. Go around the edges in there. The garden will be tidied up once the garden's not a building site anymore. So, got a nice step down there. I mean, it's not really much lower than that, but still, it's something. So yeah, that's in. It doesn't touch the door now, so that's good. So what we're going to do now today, as I've already started, done the bottom bit of the edging, so I'm going to finish off the edgings around the back, the rest of the shed. So we're going to get the drill, jigsaw, screws around there, and then we'll get all these bits around the back done. They're only going to be patchy. I've done the nice ones on the front, because they're the ones you're going to see. Around the back it doesn't really matter how it looks too much. Just try and squeeze down here now. So here's around the back of the shed. So that goes to the front, and then that way goes to the front. So we've got to do these corner bits just to essentially hide this gap and stop any water and stuff getting in. So we can start on this one, do this one, do that one, then do the one that's not quite a 90 degree there. I mean, this one's not 90 either. This one is, roughly. So yeah, we're going to crack on, get some of them done. Need to stand the camera somewhere. Left me a tree stump around here for me to stand on so I can reach the top. So right, so I've quite a bit that's put together now. Push it up top. It's all in bits and pieces, but as I said, I'm not worried about that because it's there for a job. And I can't see the back of the shed, so don't bother me. Just go chuck a couple of screws through. I need a few in there. And make sure each separate piece has at least 2 screws in it. Keep hitting screws or nails. There we go. Try not to knock my screws all over the place. Just got to finish off the bottom bit, and then we'll do these ones. So we'll get there. That's perfect. What it needs. A little bit more. Bugger, screws come outside. I'll try to 2 screws through it. Alright. So that's that one done. So we're going to do the rest and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, here we are on another finishing touches shed. Now my electrics were meant to be done today, but my mate can't make it for reasons and stuff, so that's fine. So he's coming over next Friday to do it. So I'll show you all them in the next video when I've got all the furniture built, because he's coming to do it Friday. So I'm hoping to get a bit done. There is a bit of furniture there, which I've already built, which is not on the video of being built, but yeah. So we've got quite a bit done now. We're practically there. So I've boarded the inside of the door, insulated it. I've also put little catchy thing there to hold it open, door handle, all that good stuff. All I've got to do now is featherboard the edge so when it closes up it has a lap over, and then what I'm going to do now is do the interior edge like this all the way around, and then yeah, practically there. So I just need someone to come and lock me inside the shed so I can do that, and then yeah, we'll crack on and get it done. Right, lock it and then just sort of press against it sort of somewhat gently so it's right the way in. Yeah, push, give it a good push, there you go. Right, should be able to lock it from there. That's it, right, push against it. I need some screws actually, that might help. Right, so now we're locked in it. There's someone outside pressing against the door. There. We're now going to get our edging strips in. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know how much you'll be able to see it in the dark here. Bring that out a little bit. There we go. Right, let's get the other side in. Nice tight fit. Oh, come on. That should do it. So stick a few screws in there. Alright, we'll give that a try. If you want to unlock the door, Dudley. Alright, so we'll swing her open and then we'll see if it shuts properly. I say it's out of bounds and then we're coming out a bit, I think, but it'll be alright. That's it, yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Cool. Right, so that's that done. So you can see, got that there. I'm going to do one across the top as well, and out there. And that'll also just help with any weather coming in through the gaps. I might get a little bit of like felt to stick on there, because then that way it stops any coldness coming in through the door. Because the door does close up a little bit and it catches on there. So if we put a bit of felt on that, it's a little bit of relief for that, so it will lock in better. So we get the top bit done. Now the top bit, because it was only a 4.8 metre bit, it was a bit too short for the whole things. So this bit's going to come up a bit short, but I've got a spare bit that's a bit smaller. It'll look funny, but again, it'll do the job, so who cares? start the screws off. And then put that in there, and then we'll try the door. There we go, superb. So I'm going to get the smaller bit, measure out the size, stick it in the gap, and away we go. It's the same width as stuff, just a little shallower. Ideally it would have been the better size to have all round, but it'll do, it'll do. I'm not too fussed. If I ever get a chance to get a tiny bit of it, then I will, but yeah, so that's that bit done. So I'm going to try and stick it on there as best we can. Doesn't need to be millimeter perfect or anything. These screws ain't going to be great for biting into this, are they? You know those times when you just like require an extra hand? That's chewed that screw to pieces. Don't help that my bit's all chewed up as well. Lots of use. That'll do. They're what they call security screws. So when you've screwed them in, it chews the head up and then you can't get the things back out again. Not very good screws, to be fair. As you can see, just chews them up. Right, I'm going to use my own screws because they're better. Actually, I'm going to put the rest of these black ones out and put these ones in. These have got a much coarser thread, these gold ones. So let's let it come out. Cool. And what we've got to do is work out where that's going to sit inside. Doesn't have to be deadly accurate or anything. Actually, first of all, just stick the handle on so I can actually shut the door from the inside. put that? Put it just below there, like that. Can't really get it in there. Yeah, I'll get it in there. Yeah, we'll put the handle there. Right. Let's give that a try. Well, the handle works as a handle. Yeah, about there. Now we'll just mark out where that goes. I'll do that. I'll give it a little tap with the hammer. And it's made an indent. It's made an indent there, you probably can't see that on camera, just there. And then we'll drill that out, and then that's where the thing will go in, and we'll screw our little plate on. And it'll sit in there. Nice. About there. And that should hopefully allow that slot in there. Got a bit tight. Probably going a lot more. Might just elongate it a little bit so it's not quite such a tight fit. That's better. There we go. All that's for us, so when I'm in here, if it's a windy day or whatever, the door's not going to blow open. So there's no reason for that. Other than that, it'll probably never get used. I do have to sand the bottom of the door to make it open easy. It's just catching on the bottom of the feather edge in there. Right, so next job, which is going to be the final job for this video, is don't know whether it's needed or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just get some of the spare pieces of featherboard I got and just get them so it just creates an overlap on the door like that. So when the door opens and closes, it just seals that gap up like it does on the bottom. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm obviously going to have to do is cut out reliefs for everything that's on the door. So where's the flat edge? That's the flat edge that way. So yeah, so I'm going to butt it up to that one, and then we'll cut out that bit, and then cut out that bit. Pretty, probably not. Functional. Yes. I'll get 2 more in that. Not really leave much left. Probably didn't need to cut quite so much of that out. There we go. So we'll open it, see if it works. See if it catches on anything. I don't catch. And then it should lock up alright. There we go. There we go. That's the outside the door. Don't know whether I like the look of it, but we'll see. Yeah. So, don't know whether I like the look of that, but it will do, I guess. It sort of just hides the gap, I guess. Top, I'm not worried about the top because rain should essentially drain from there. I might put an extra bit at the top just to kick it out a little bit more at the top there, because obviously there's a big gap. But that's the idea of all the stuff on the inside, to stop any weather from getting in too far. Not that I'm too fussed because it's a shed. So that's the idea of all these bits. So I'm put a bit of edge stripping on there and now smush against the door, stop any weather getting in. Yeah. So I'm going to say, so we've done the edge in there, as you can see. That's for the little catchy bit to catch on. Keep the door open. So open that up. And then keep that on there, and the door will stay open then. Obviously boarded the inside of the door up, insulated inside as well. Left a gap around because, well, stop it catching on here when I go to open it, because obviously when you open it, it pivots. So I don't want to end up touching that and making it harder to open, so we board that up as good as we can. Got the edging done there, done the edge in there, and around the back. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the structure of the shed, inside and outside, completely done. So yeah, that's all good. So next video is going to be all the shelving and that inside, all the furniture, workbenches and whatever, and then that'll be the series done. So yeah, sneak peek. Woo. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy, look after yourselves, like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, what I've probably done wrong but don't really care about, so your criticism's probably lost here. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.